Have you ever looked in the mirror and not recognized the person staring back? Not because your features changed, but because you realize the face the world sees is just a carefully crafted mask, built piece by piece to survive in a world that does not accept the truth. We live in a culture that worships performance. We smile when we are in pain, we agree when we want to scream no, and we wear masks of kindness and composure just to belong. Today, we dive into the forbidden zone, the psychology of breakdown, and why what society calls madness is actually the most honest reaction your soul can take against a world that has faked your truth for so long. The truth everyone fears is that the human mind is not an invincible machine. It is a fragile tapestry of memories, emotions, and beliefs. When this tapestry is soaked in too much pain, silence, and denial, it begins to tear. A psychological breakdown doesn't happen suddenly. It is a soft crack in a mirror that spiderwebs slowly over time. Madness isn't necessarily an illness. It is the soul's protest, and the moment your mind decides to stop wasting energy maintaining the false self you designed to please others. Many of us were taught from childhood to be emotional thermostats for our homes. Children who matured before their time to carry the weight of broken parents. This early maturity is a systematic theft of childhood, where the child learns that their value is tied to their ability to fix, endure, and suppress their own needs. When you grow up carrying a legacy of emotional neglect and silence, you build a mask that is charming or perfectly balanced, while your true soul remains empty, like a room abandoned after a fire. Breakdown here is not a failure. It is the surrender of an actor who can no longer remember the script. One of the most toxic parts of our world is the denial of reality, often called gaslighting. When you are exposed to trauma or neglect, and everyone tells you it wasn't that bad, or that you are too sensitive, your reality itself becomes poisoned. This poisoning of the truth drives the mind to escape to other worlds. A person who hears voices or sees patterns in chaos might simply be a mind trying to create meaning in a reality where it was denied honesty and order. In this sense, madness is a desperate attempt by the mind to repair what was never resolved. Society fears the breakdown because it rips away the curtain of collective fakeness. We prefer the person who is always kind and patient, even if that kindness is a slow suicide of their identity. Sources tell us that kindness born from fear of rejection is self-neglect dressed as virtue, creating an internal monster of repressed emotions that will eventually explode. When such a person breaks down, everyone is shocked. But the truth is, they were drowning in silence for years. The breakdown is the only moment they became real. Carl Jung called this process individuation, the journey of becoming whole by facing the dark and chaotic parts of the self. For someone going through a breakdown, it doesn't feel noble. It feels like drowning in terrifying depths that speak in symbols and screams rather than words. But behind this collapse lies the truth. Once the mask shatters, nothing remains but the shadow, the side you never wanted to meet, the rage you said wasn't yours, and the need you claimed didn't matter. Breakdown is an opportunity, however harsh, because when you lose your fake mind, you are left with the one thing that might save you: honesty. Healing doesn't start with positive thinking or fake motivation, but with radical honesty regarding your pain. Breakdown gives you permission to be angry, to be sad, and to be an imperfect human for the first time. It is the scream that says, "I didn't deserve this neglect," and the recognition that your suffering was real, even if the whole world denied it. In our fake world, we program our nervous systems to expect neglect and rejection, leading us to live in constant hypervigilance. The very quiet person might simply be someone who learned that their screams wouldn't be heard, so they retreated into a deep silence. Breakdown is the breaking of this silence. It is the scream that has been stifled for decades. Therefore, breakdown is not a disease to be hidden, but a message from the parts of yourself that were locked away, finally asking you to listen. When you stop running from your madness and start opening doors to those broken parts, they won't attack you. They will thank you because you finally started listening. Healing is about becoming small and vulnerable again, crying for the child who had to grow up too fast, and for the years lost playing the role of the balanced person. This psychological shift is an internal revolution that teaches your brain that your value is not in your performance, but in your mere existence. Society might see breakdown as a cautionary tale or a statistic of failure. But the truth is that the person who went crazy might have been the only strong one who carried the weight of the fake world for longer than they should have. The world doesn't need more masks and fake perfection. It needs humans who have survived facing their shadows and returned with a truth that is both piercing and beautiful. Breakdown is the purifier that washes your identity of others' expectations to return it to you pure, even if it is shattered. Remember always, you are not broken. You are buried under layers of faking. Healing is not becoming someone new, but remembering who you were before the pain taught you to forget yourself. Do not apologize for your breakdown. It is the greatest evidence that you are alive in a world trying to turn us all into dead, repeated copies. Breakdown is your beginning to be real, and the honesty you find at the bottom of the breakdown is the only rock you can build a true life upon. Ultimately, breakdown is an act of love from your subconscious toward you. It forces you to stop living a life that doesn't resemble you. The world around you might seem ordered and beautiful, but if that order is built on suppressing your soul, then your chaos is the only truth worth celebrating. Return to your silence, listen to your internal scream, and know that the greatest strength in this world is to have the courage to be shattered and honest instead of being balanced and fake.